Real Talk disclaimer. The information provided by the host on this platform is for education and awareness purposes only. All information provided on this platform is provided in good faith. We make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, validity, and reliability of information shared by the host or show guests. The views and opinions of guests on the show do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the host of Real Talk. Under no circumstances do the host, show guests, sponsors, or affiliates assume responsibility for the actions of any viewer.
Our greatest glory is rising when we fall. So don't be discouraged, don't you be appalled. It's okay if you fall and maybe even lose your spark. Just make sure in the end you rise from the dark. It's time to rise up, time to work, and time to chase your dreams. The Lord has the final say, so your soul is redeemed. This message is to help you with your self-esteem, as faith will take you places that we have never seen.
Welcome to Real Talk. Glad to have all of you to join us on tonight. It is a somewhat chilly Thursday, been somewhat chilly Thursday. We're expecting it to be much colder on tomorrow. But we're glad to have all of you to join us here on Real Talk. Listen, Bishop T, it's a possibility she may not be able to join us on today. Bishop T had a previous engagement, but she's going to try to slide in. And so she had a previous engagement. And so she's going to try to slide in a little bit later. We're expecting to have our superintendent of the Gaston City School System, Mr. Tony Reddick, who will be joining us as well. He's actually have some things going on as well, but he will be here to discuss the new program that they are we're partnering with at the Gaston State Community College, along with Gaston State Community College, called Grace Academy. And so therefore we're expecting to hear from him on today. Several ways that you can join us here on Real Talk. On Facebook Live, you can join us. You can join us here on Facebook Live. Like and share, if you will. Also, you can join us on YouTube. I want you to sign in and like and subscribe there. And we also have a Twitter page. Okay. We are here every Thursday at 6:15. We're going to have some tea in just a few minutes, so we're looking forward to that. But before we do that, I'm repping Tennessee Southern, University of Tennessee Southern. This is where Jalen attends. He's one of the student teachers there at University of Tennessee Southern. He also played ball with them as well. So I'm repping his school on today. Let me say hello to all of you, all of our viewers on today. Dana J, what's happening? What's happening, Dana J? Want to say hello to Dana J. Want to say hello to Katrina Davis. Hello. Hello to Mama Latham. Good to see you. Chef Adrian Terry, what's going on, man? Miss Charlotte Kinney, hello. Uh, and Zariah, hello, Zariah. Miss Stacy Otis, hello to you. Brother Philip Davis, hello. Chantel Morgan, hello. My classmate, Miss Mary Smitherman, Cassie Baker, Jackie Munn, and all of you that are joining us on today. Miss Rosalind Smith, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Real Talk. We're glad to have all of you to join us on today. At this time, we're going to talk about a few things on tonight, kind of hit and miss, but you know what time it is. It's time to get some tea in our life. Hello, Tomara, how are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How about you?
Doing pretty good, pretty good.
Good.
What's going on with you on today?
Nothing much, just a
You was
hard.
rushing to get in your spot, huh?
I was rushing to get in my spot, but I made it.
You made it, and I'm glad you made it. Listen, I
Mhm.
know you got some tea that you want to spill on tonight, but just kind of to scrape the surface of what's in the news on today. Those 5 Memphis police officers that was in a high-speed chase,
Mhm.
and the 2 individuals in the car, um, they actually beat them with their baton,
Mhm.
and the passenger of the car they end up killing. So all 5 of the Memphis police officers, they were African Americans.
They were.
All 5 was immediately dismissed from the police force, and now I know at least 2 have been charged with murder.
Mhm.
That's all I know about that. Also, Ed Reed, who had accepted the job at the HBCU. What was the name of that?
Bethune-Cookman in Florida.
Bethune-Cookman in
Mhm.
Florida, has declined going there because of the conditions in which the school is in, and the way they actually welcome him there without even cleaning up his own office.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff, and now the students are protesting
Mhm.
about mold and the food and a
Mhm.
lot of other things on campus. So
Right.
a lot of things are in the news. Of course, you know we've been talking about the classified documents that was found in Trump place. Then they found some at Biden.
Mhm.
And now they've found some things at Pence.
Mhm.
So I just wonder what kind of security do we have
No, that's right.
when you can just walk out the front door with classified documents. So it's
Understood.
it's a lot of news out there. And we encourage each and every one of you to to keep your eyes on the news. I know that Germany are sending tanks to what's the place that Russia is fighting?
Ukraine.
Ukraine. And
Mhm.
now the United States are sending M1s and M2s, Abrams, over there as well. And Russia is not happy with that.
Not
So,
happy.
so a lot to talk about, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But we want some tea, so it's Tom. Give us some tea.
All righty. Well, the first information that I have, I did, I read about the cops up in Memphis, And I was just like, just sad. But what I found interesting was that Colin Kaepernick, he is will be hosting a crime show. And I thought it was interesting because when I ran across it, I was like, okay, let's see what he got going on. It's nothing related to football.
Mm-hmm.
3-part true documentary that's going to be on Hulu. And I think it comes out in February the 3rd or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's called Killing Country. And it's about a story in Bakersville, California, was a guy, his name was George Ramirez Jr. He was a police informant. He had some troubles with the law, but he turned informant and was killed by the police. And I think it's been like 5 years. So the family filed a lawsuit, and there's an investigation that's going on, but he is doing a 3-part documentary on that about that. So I thought that was interesting for him to be doing that. A football player, ex-football player. Um, so like I said, that's on February the 3rd on Hulu, and it's 3 episodes. So if you have Hulu, catch that series that's hosted by Colin Kaepernick.
So has he given up on football? Has he pretty much said he's done?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
I
think
know he wasn't given really an opportunity or a chance to after the whole kneeling down for the national anthem. He pretty much was blackballed by the owners.
that's right.
So there you go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he off to a new adventure, I see.
He's off to a new adventure. Yeah, like he's one of the producers on that. So like I said, it's on Hulu starting February the 3rd. And this next news that I have, Aretha Franklin, Natural Woman, a natural woman, the song that she made, I think it came out like 1967. But there was a tweet from a trans group that said they felt like that the song was offensive, a natural woman. So, like, that song came out in 1967. Why is somebody bringing that up now? Well, they're saying that it made headline news. I'm not sure, Pastor, if you saw that, but now they're saying it was a fake tweet. So I
was gonna say what they gonna do. I mean, Laretha done sung that and it done been played, and
right.
now she's gone, she's
Right.
passed on. So
Exactly. So the group was called TCMA, Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance, and it's an organization that's founded by the trans women. It says that they promote cultural changes to ensure the inclusivity of trans individuals.
but then you say it was a fake tweet?
They're saying now they're coming back saying it was a fake tweet, that they really didn't put that out there. So I just thought that was interesting.
And I'm gonna say this, and I know it may not be popular, and nowadays wrong have rights and the right have no rights.
Right.
It's
right.
like, if and who are we to say what's right, what's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
But what we believe, it seems like natural belief is offensive to those who don't agree with it.
Right.
And so you get sued, and et cetera, et cetera. It's like they step aside and allow these people, whoever they are, do what they want to do, and don't you say nothing about it. And
Right.
I've known Mark Jackson is blackballed as a coach in the NBA because he made a statement. He believed that marriage, because he is a pastor, should be between a man and a woman, as the Bible declares. He lost his job with Golden State, and
right.
That was it. But here's the thing about everybody have rights.
Mhm.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Yeah.
Okay? Freedom of speech.
Mhm.
And you know, that's what I'm just gonna say. Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
And you know, it's just a lot that is taking place nowadays
It is.
that we have to force our agenda
Mm-hmm.
on people, whether they desire to be among it or not. It's
Right.
forced.
Right. Right.
So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I was just like, it's a huge, huge, huge community, and they feel like I have actually uh, read somewhere where some groups feel like they know what African Americans went through, and to me, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. So, all right, moving on. So, I guess 40 years ago today, um, the great state of Alabama lost their a head coach, which is Paul Bear Bryant. Today is the day, and so a couple of old team members, and they kind of honored him on today. So I didn't know if a lot. Well, I'm sure Alabama fans knew that what today was, but they today is the 40th year of his death, and he is uh, still, compared to the great football coaches of all time. So the roll tide to all the Alabama fans.
I, I'm gonna
Pastor,
do
why are
just
you
like
looking like
I'm gonna do this right here. Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet on that one.
Hey, it's some Alabama tea.
Yeah. Okay.
But I say the best for last.
Okay. Well, give it to us.
Okay, so we're celebrating 50 years of hip hop. So what they're doing to celebrate that is coming out with a Jordan shoe, Jordan 13s, but it's uh, I guess commemorating Notorious B.I.G. And so they got a shoe and they've created it. So on the inside of the tongue, it's a silhouette of the late rapper, and on the inside of the sock lining, it's a silhouette of him. On the tongue, it recites um his lyrics. Not all of them, but just a piece of it. So what do you think that is? Don't look it up.
Say that
It's
again,
on this shoe.
because I was distracted. Come back with
Okay.
that again.
So they're commemorating 50 years of hip hop, but they come out with the Jordan 13 shoe. It's red and black.
Okay.
Side of the shoe on the sock lining, it's a silhouette of the late rapper Notorious B.I.G.
Okay.
And on the tongue of the shoe, it's quoting some of his lyrics
Okay.
on the shoe.
Okay.
It's 23 of them. They're up for auction up until February the 3rd. So y'all go online and bid on the shoes. It's 23 pairs of them. And the proceeds is going to his foundation, the Christopher Wallace Foundation, that supports the inner city kids in Brooklyn, New York. But what do you think the lyrics are on the tongue of that shoe?
Um, looking when they call me Big Papa or something. Huh?
Mm-mm.
Uh,
No.
I don't know.
I thought it was interesting, but it was all a dream. If you don't know, now you know.
So he got several lyrics on there. Okay. All right.
Yeah, huh? It was all a dream, and if you don't know, now you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's 23. Like I said, it's 23 pairs of them. You can, um, they're auctioning them off, and it goes to his foundation. But it's commemorating 50 years of hip hop. I thought that was neat, but they wanted to do it on his 45th birthday, but they, I don't know what happened, but they didn't get a chance to release them. So now they're doing it for the 50th year of hip hop.
Okay, let me ask you a question then.
Mm-hmm.
Why Notorious B.I.G.?
Yeah, because he's the greatest rapper of all.
No, that song would say not.
I know. That's what
So no, I don't. I mean, a lot of folks say Tupac is.
a lot of people say Tupac.
So why did they pick Notorious B.I.G. over Tupac? Why are they planning on doing one for Tupac as well?
Mm-mm. It was in, I think it was in collaboration with his foundation.
Oh, his foundation has something to do with it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thought it was something Nike was doing,
Mm-hmm.
and they just picked him. I was wondering,
Mm-hmm.
someone said no Tupac, no doubt.
Some say Tupac.
Now I've never be honest with you. When it come down to the best rapper,
Mm-hmm.
be honest with you, I've never heard uh Notorious B.I.G. name mentioned as the best. Now
He's
I've heard
one.
Tupac, I've heard Jay-Z,
Mm-hmm.
I heard quite a few of them, but I'm just being honest. I've never heard of his name mentioned as the best. Now he may be, if you had to
One of the best.
your
He's
top
a lyricist.
5 or top 10, he
He's a
may
lyricist.
be in there, but I've never, somebody say I'm a Lil Wayne fan. But it's a lot of big hitters out there.
It is, but
And I never heard his name among it. So
well, he's one of them. He's
okay,
a lyricist,
okay. I mean
Um,
now that's public opinion.
yeah, it is.
Oh, cause I liked him, but
Yeah,
I think Ice Cube was me in my time.
right.
Was a bad man, but
He was. He was. But yeah, they I just thought that was interesting for them to do that and with his foundation. But it said that they're open now for bidding through February the 3rd. Also too, if you are celebrating a birthday today, January the 26th, guess who you are celebrating sharing this birthday with? Kirk Franklin, Sasha Banks. You know who Sasha Banks is?
no.
Okay. She's the WWE
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Banks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wayne Gretzky, you remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. His birthday is today. Ellen DeGeneres' birthday is today. And Angela Davis. So if you are celebrating a birthday on today, you're celebrating it with some great people, I guess. So and Van Halen. You remember Eddie Van Halen?
I remember the
Well,
group.
yeah. His birthday is today as well, but I think he passed away. So that's the tea I have. Not much,
That's
but
the you have.
it's good information though. Y'all, I want y'all to go bid on.
I said, what about Anita Baker?
What happened to her?
Is her birthday today?
Not that I know of.
Well, you supposed to know that.
No, but I didn't. Pippi.
Google it.
Epiphany. It's Anita Baker's birthday. What happened?
Well, see, somebody knew something you did. I wish Shay was on here to see this.
Know it. I know. And Epiphany, you could have texted that to me or inbox me.
So let's talk a bit. Let's talk a little bit about the Memphis. Now, Memphis is a very violent city.
It is. It is.
I don't know, and I haven't done the research. And Bishop T was planning on being on tonight, and we was going to talk a little bit about this.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a high-speed chase on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the. Did you see the video of what happened?
I didn't.
You have to go on Twitter and put it in, and Twitter has the video. And I guess someone was recording. Police had to jump over the embankment, whatever, and to get over there where they was able to stop him on a high-speed chase. And immediately, when they opened up the door, they began to swing on him.
Mm-hmm.
The driver. Then they was finally able to get to the passenger, and they drug him out, and it's like they never stopped. And I think they were saying for so many minutes they was just clubbing him. Definitely, it was awful, and no one deserved. I don't care, what they've done, but no one deserved that type of treatment.
Right.
Jocelyn said it's awful, and I hope they are punished to the full extent of the law. And I think anyone that abused their privileges
Yes.
or their position to do things that think that they can get away with it, they deserve punishment. Whether you're black or white. Now, these was 5 African Americans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was 2 black individuals in the car that was in the high-speed chase
Mm-hmm.
that they was beating. One thing that I do, sad, and they know better, they do.
Right.
Here's what's here's what's here's the thing that really bothers me concerning that. They was fired immediately.
Immediately.
Now, compared to
Not placed on unpaid.
and I'm not the only one who's asking these questions, because I was looking at CNN. I think Cooper was on there, and he was talking about it. We got to get out of the difference in treatment, regardless of what color or what creed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, until you look at when the incident happened, and I'm not justifying anything. I think all should be punished.
Right.
But when it took them destroying cities in order for them to arrest other cops when they've done it.
Right.
Matter of fact, it was when in the Rodney King incident, because this is similar to what went on with the Rodney King.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they find them officers not guilty at first?
They
And
did.
they had to come back and find them guilty?
Mm-hmm. They did.
All I'm saying is, and I'm like Cassie right here. Cassie said, I would like the same across the board.
Right.
And I'm with her. Because that's exactly what's got to happen. We got to see people start thinking, because I'm not black and I'm doing this to a black, that I'll get a pat on the hand. If somebody else, you know what I'm saying? I'm privileged, and this not going to happen to me. When you start setting an example that no matter who you are, where you come from, who your folks are, you do something like this, it's coming down on your head.
That's right.
Until we get to the point that people realize that those 5 officers was fired immediately.
Immediately.
Put on leave without with pay. They was fired immediately.
Immediately.
And charged. 2 have been charged with murder. I do not agree, and I want nobody to say that I'm on here condoning their actions, because I'm not.
No.
I don't think anybody's life should be taken from them. I think we've done wrong. You need to let the justice
Right.
system handle it, arrest them, read them their rights. So be it. But I think it need to be done that way everywhere.
It does.
It won't be, because we wouldn't have this conversation. We wouldn't be talking about it now if this was done immediately when the other officers in other cases, maybe in other states,
right,
had done the exact or even more. Now, here's what the statement was said about these guys in that meeting. It was inhumane. Now, I didn't hear that statement in the George Floyd case.
No, and
to sit on somebody's neck and suffocate them while they beg for their life.
Right. And
all of 8 minutes.
Right.
Is
and
that not inhumane?
I know
You see how we paint pictures?
Mm-hmm.
And they go back to this rapper, and I don't know who it is, but it's cool when you do it. It's different when I do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the thing. It's funny how it's different. And even though, here it is, this was black on black.
Black on black, right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It has to be
but when it's white on black, now had that been, and I mean, those guys was gonna be in trouble regardless who the color or who the person was. Because they came down on them immediately. And as Jocelyn said, they should be punished.
To the foot.
They done. And that family should be awarded whatever they have coming to them for what has happened to their loved one. I'm not condoning anything. All I'm saying is we got to stop justifying things because of who it is that do it.
Because of race.
A spade is a spade.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's sad. I was just looking at, they had some pictures of the guy Tyree Nichols, but they said the family described him as, a good kid, a good, gentleman. That he
I really don't know what was why they was running, what had happened, if something was said or something was being done, because you really couldn't see on the other side. All you could see was those officers. It was not a good video to watch.
So we don't know how the high speed chase was going on.
I mean, I don't have that information.
Yeah.
But it's not good. It's bad. It's bad.
Right.
I just wanted to kind of touch bases on that, and maybe we get some more information on next week. We can share. And by then, we'll know exactly who's charged and what they're faced with. But no one should abuse their position and feel like they're above the law because of their position.
Right.
All lives, and I'm gonna say this: all lives matter. It does.
Right.
And need to be respected. And, if you're going to arrest a person, once you get them to the point where if they didn't submit to you, once you get them to a place of submission, you need to just put them in the back of the car, take them where you need to take them, and let the law prevail. But I don't think we need to take matters in our own hands. And I don't think that we need to, if we can't control our anger, if we're not disciplined enough to control our anger, then we don't need to be on the force.
Right. And
because I'm gonna tell you, and somebody might get mad when I say this. People said that most policemen was either bullied or they was somewhat scary. And so they get behind the badge and, you know, they get brave behind the badge and the gun. We heard that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The
Oh,
streets heard it. You know, for those, if you ain't never heard
yeah.
that,
Oh,
that's what I've heard. I don't believe everyone has, that's the reason why they choose to be policemen. I
yeah.
think there are some people who desire to make people obey the law, and really have a love for it. But
Right.
in some cases, you know, you
Yeah.
don't never know. You know, people use that badge and that baton and that gun, and I'm bad because you ain't got nothing and I do. You know, you don't have anything, but I do.
Right.
But
Yeah. I've heard that too, being bullied. And then I also read, it's been a long time ago, long time ago, that people, men that are in like law enforcement, maybe the military, and I don't want nobody to go in on me, but I did read it. I can't cite the source, but it's been a while, some years ago, that they have very, very high testosterone levels. So,
they think they have power and take it too far.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Well, Tamara, thank you for the tea, and
That's
thank you for
it.
chiming in as we discuss some of the most recent local news.
Mhm.
Everybody go out there and get those Jordans. With,
No, go on and
you
get
know, it was all a dream.
them. If you don't know, now you know.
Thank you so much, and we'll get with you on next week. Okay, have a good
Okay.
one.
All right. See y'all later.
All right. Well, thank Tamara for being with us on today. Today we also have as a guest, and we're going to bring him on in just a few minutes. We're going to step away, and then we'll be right with you when we come back with Mr. Tony Reddick, the superintendent of the Gaston City School System. We'll be right back.
DJ Shona. For all your musical entertainment, book DJ Shona at Everett_Huff at cloud.com 256-393-9843.
Suit Up, Volume 1, written by Z. Andre Huff. Enjoy 100 devotional messages designed to impact, empower, and encourage you. Suit Up lists each devotional title in the table of contents. These short, convenient devotionals will jumpstart your day. Order Suit Up, Volume 1 by Z. Andre Huff today. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Westbow Press. You'll be glad you did. That's right. Go ahead and order your book today. You can have it today. Suit Up. Don't forget Twin City used car sales, 1015 Galt Avenue South, Fort Payne, Alabama 35967. Call them at 256 8. Let's see, get this right. 844-2210. Call them. They're in Fort Payne. They got the car that you are looking for. Go check them out. Let them know you're looking for a nice vehicle. Okay. We want to let you know if you desire to advertise here on Real Talk, you can email us at realtalk.z.t@gmail.com. realtalk.z.t at gmail.com, and we can help you prepare a video and also publicize it. So advertise right here with us on Real Talk. If you're on Facebook, share, like and share. If you're on YouTube, we ask that you would like and subscribe, okay? Our guest tonight is Mr. Tony Reddick, the superintendent of the Gaston City Schools. He's going to come on and share with us a new program that he has going on with partnering with Gaston State Community College. Everyone, welcome Mr. Tony Reddick. Hello, Mr. Reddick. How are you? Let's see if we can get him on. Mr. Reddick, we're going to boot you out and see if you can sign back in, okay? Let's see if we can get him back in just a few minutes. We have some a video that we want to show with Mr. Reddick once he signed in. We was hoping to have Bishop T with us on today, but she's unable to join us. But we're all waiting for Mr. Reddick to sign back in, okay? We hope that you all have had a wonderful week. Weather is changing. I think it's supposed to get down in the 20s on tomorrow. And then I heard it's supposed to get in the 60s or 70s on next week and drop again. So I don't know. Let's see if we can get them in here. I see you. We're having issues with Mr. Reddick getting in here. Let's see if I can call him. Everyone just be patient with us. Hey, are you trying to get on with your phone, or how are you trying to get? But I don't have a video of you. I can't see you. And it's trying to. Are you on your phone trying to get in? Okay, I see something. Right. Okay. Hit your camera again on your video. It's trying to. No, sir. I don't have a picture of you. It may be. Um, cut your camera off again. Okay. Let me hear you talk. Maybe not because you're on the phone. Now you on your phone, right? Okay. It's not. It's not doing anything. Okay, we having some issues, some technical difficulties um, with getting Mr. Reddick on. Let's see. Y'all bear with us. We have some good information to share with you in the video we're going to show concerning Grace Academy. Yeah. I do apologize, but we're trying to get things right, okay? Everyone stay with us. Plan to hear from the superintendent. We hope all of you have had a wonderful day. Still not getting the picture. Still not getting the picture. Mr. Reddick, can you hear me? Still not getting the picture. Hey, Mr. Reddick. It's not a picture. It's just steady turning, and I can't hear you. And you said it wouldn't let you do it on.
We're on, right?
We're on.
Well, man, I wish I had that same savvy as you had for the technology, because I struggle with 4 devices here.
Well, welcome, Mr. Reddick. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you.
Doing
Doing
good.
great. Doing great.
Good.
Glad, thanks
Listen,
for having me on. We've had a pretty busy evening, and I couldn't wait to get back home to get on to see you. I'm
yeah,
trying to navigate this so it looks like I'm looking in the camera
you're
opposed
good. You're doing
as
good
opposed
right
to
there. Yes,
away.
sir. Listen, we kind of shared a little bit concerning the Grace Academy.
Yeah.
I want you to just give us a little story about how Grace Academy came about. We're going to look at a video we put together of some pictures and videos of some things taking place there already. But we want you to share with us about Grace Academy.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you so much for this. I love it. How last week you were on, you said that's Mr. Reddick's baby. You
Yeah.
know, I want to start by saying that the original idea for Grace Academy was to address the social emotional needs of our students and to deal with our students in particular at the alternative schools. So that was the original plan for Grace Academy. But you know how things go when we're writing grants and we see opportunities for monies coming into the system. We got one that addressed workforce development. So we just used the same acronym, but instead of Gadsden Rehabilitative Alternative Center for Education, we changed it to Gadsden Readiness and Career Education Academy. And it allowed us to, and for those who said, hey, whatever happened to old Gadsden High School? When we went into old Gadsden High School and started peeling back some layers and thinking about doing some reconstruction there, we discovered it was in such disrepair that it would cost way more money than we had to repair than to look for another alternative. This comes from the Career Industries Trade Commission. And I always want to make sure I got that say, Career Industries Trade Committee Board. And it's a $300,000 grant, and it's continuous for up to 3 years. So we saw an opportunity after Gadsden High School fell through to partner with Gadsden State. And I want to thank Dr. Kathy Murphy and Mr. Alan Smith, the director over there, for seeing this vision with us, an opportunity for our kids to enroll in a program at Gadsden State, on the Gadsden State campus, let me say that, and not actually be enrolled at Gadsden State immediately, but that would be the goal in the long run. And so they offered us their old precision machine shop building, cleaned it up for us, got rid of a bunch of stuff that they had stored there. And on January 17th, we were able to open Grace Academy. I want to give a great deal of gratitude to Dr. Lana Ballou, who is our grant writer, whose vision is similar to mine when it comes to serving students who are in need. Now, when I say students in need, I'm talking about every kid who goes to high school, who seeks to graduate from high school, or even if they fail to graduate, but who need a career in something. So Grace Academy provides on-hand, if you will, training in plumbing, electrical, and commercial construction. We partnered with Butler Electric, Machin Plumbing, and Mr. Steve Parrish has a construction company. I'm not sure if it's his actual company or if that's the name of the company. It's him because he's retired. And they're doing an amazing job over there. We've got 67 adults enrolled, including one gentleman who's 88 years old in the electric shop. You may have seen pictures of him. And our students will start Monday because we've had some difficulty getting, and I'm being generous about this, but getting the kids enrolled from the high school. So what I did yesterday, in addition to the ones that we did get enrolled, is I met with 100 students at Gadsden High School on yesterday doing some recruitment. So we got a substantial number of others to do applications. And so we're anticipating them starting on Monday. So
the current students
Yeah.
in school
Yeah.
can enroll in Grace Academy.
Yeah, what we were looking for was students who were in co-op or students who maybe had an elective class, third block that was, and all classes are important, that they're just kind of hanging out in there. Or in particular, our fall athletes, namely our football players who are seniors who possibly leave campus at 1:30 every day and go home. And, we believe that that's the case in some cases, but I realize that the school has rescheduled some of those students in maybe an elective class. But even those who are scheduled an elective class, it could very well be that they can leave that elective class. We're not certain about that, but that's an option. So yeah, it's primarily we want to address our high school students who are not quite clear as to what they want to do when they finish high school. We're giving them it's a 16-week cohort. There'll be 3 cohorts: fall, spring, and we're in the spring cohort, and summer. 16 weeks, and anybody enrolled can actually take all 3 classes in consecutive cohorts. Here's the great thing about it, Pastor Z. The companies who are the members, owners actually of the company, they're doing the instruction. They're training their future employees. They're training these folks to work at their companies. The extra caveat here is there's a major company. In fact, it's called ZWIT, and it's advertised as the largest construction company in the world. They build football stadiums, baseball stadiums, any kind of stadiums, power plants, big companies. And they're offering these students who are trained $44 an hour, $125 a day per diem, and insurance. But you may have to, move. You may have to travel and move, And so right now they're eating it up over there. The adults who are involved. And what was great was we were in particular looking for former Gadsden City High School or Litchfield or Gadsden or Emma Sanson graduates who have struggled to find employment or who are, maybe unemployed right now. And we discovered one gentleman who played basketball for us at Gadsden High School. He was in there probably for the orientation day. He said, "Can I bring my son too?" And the answer to that was yes. His son's 22 years old.
Yeah.
So the answer to that is absolutely. But I've been sending you guys aboard pictures pretty much every day.
Right. We're going to share some of that with the public in just a few minutes.
Right.
But let me ask you a question, Mr. Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know the answer, but I want you to just share with our viewers.
Yeah.
What made you want to reach back and grab the adults?
Yeah.
And also deal with the students right now, right, and help them to go through this program?
And listen, these adults are the mothers and fathers. Notice I said mothers and fathers because this is male and female. They're the mothers and fathers of some of our students right now. Mm-hmm. And we know how the mothers and fathers are the foundation of the home. So, in many cases, students struggle because parents struggle. And so if we can get these parents trained and employed, well, that sets the tone for their children. So I think it's equally important to get our citizens of Gadsden, and they're not just from Gadsden. We got some coming from Birmingham. We got them coming from Gunnersville, Boaz. It's open to any aged adult, and for students 17 and up. Our juniors and seniors. So yeah, I definitely wanted the parents who have reached perhaps a point in life where it may be causing strife or tension at home because of their inability to support their children. So we want to give them an option as well. And like I said, I see former students and walk in, they know Mr. Reddick. Some of them I forgot who they are actually, but they are thrilled about this. We've got a company who has actually even donated boots. So wow. You might have gotten a picture yesterday for a young lady got her legs up, showing her brand new boots. Mm-hmm. We're providing everything for them. Again, it's no cost to the participant. We're taking care of everything. When they start on OJT, on the job training, towards the end of the cohort, we're also going to pay them. We're going to pay them for OJT. Just in the 2 weeks that we've been there, and you've seen the pictures, but for the listening audience, they have built ramp for wheelchair access. They have constructed, boxes and those types of things as a task in learning how to use these miter saws and the beveled edges and all those kinds of things.
I saw one where they're using a torch.
Yeah, using a torch. So there's this commercial construction. That's where you see all the woodworking going on.
Right.
The plumbing, they learn how to use the what they call the flux on the copper pipes to
Right.
into the solder. So they're using torches to solder pipes
Right.
together. They're fitting pipes in plumbing. And mind you, this is mostly commercial plumbing. So these kids aren't coming in here just learning how to unstop a toilet or
Right.
septic tank or anything like that. This is commercial construction. So,
Laying, laying plumbing, laying
yes,
lines and all that.
absolutely.
And then I saw something where a guy was messing with a socket.
Absolutely. That's electrical technology. So they're learning how to bend pipe, how to turn the power off, change plugs and switches, you know, and then bending those pipes. If you've ever noticed, in a lot of the ceilings that we encounter today, they're covered up already, but those pipes have to be bent a certain way, certain angles and what have you. He's teaching them all that. But the thing that's most important and most, I like most about the electrical technology is some of these kids who thought they didn't know a whole lot about math, well, they're learning that now. They're learning how to use tape measures, learning how to use gauges, learning how to, measure angles. And so these kids are learning trig and don't even know it.
Wow.
They may know it if they're watching this podcast, but but they're eating it up. And man, you talking about thrill. So we don't have the kids and the adults together. Just anybody's concerned. We have our adults come from 11:30 to 1 o'clock. The children come from 1:30 to 3:15. Some of them may lag over. Their classes are Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday, separate groups. And then anybody can come on Friday at their given time to work on projects that they had started during their class early week. So somebody on Monday and Tuesday, whatever they did on Monday and Tuesday, they can come on Friday and continue to work on that. You'd be surprised as to how many show up on Friday just to continue what they've started.
Wow.
You have some video footage of when they were unloading a truck and the guy showing them how to carry, the metal tubing.
Right. We're going to show the video. Hello, Bishop T. Thank you.
Hello, Pastor Z.
Glad to have you to join.
And Mr. Reddick.
Yeah. It's like I've seen you recently.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the video from some of the videos and some of the pictures that are taking place. I put together a little presentation for us to take a look at. So let's take a look at it.
Police won't do it quite as much. There. All right, so I'm gonna heat the city all the way around it. You can see the flux is dripping off. And so then I'm gonna come over here, I'm just gonna hit the pipe. And then I'm back to the fitting. And when I bring the solder to it, generally you're gonna want to keep the heat on the pipe the whole time. When I bring the solder to it, I'm not heating the pipe at all. I'm only heating back here around the back side of the fitting because I want this solder to suck towards the heat. So I heat it around. You see I probably got an inch in between my torch and the pipe. And now I'm gonna hit the solder to it and watch it's gonna suck it all the way around. So just doing that is gonna have it completely soldered. Yeah, for demonstration purposes, and I'll add some more solder as I go.
No, it's never a bad move to run your solder all the way around the joint.
I'm gonna heat the pipe, I'm gonna heat the fitting, the fitting's thicker than the pipe. Well, it's actually not thinner, but I've got to get this solder up in there. So I'm gonna heat up the fitting because it's got to heat up the fitting and the pipe if I'm holding my heat right here. And you're gonna want, you'll learn how far away. You don't want to sit there and hold your torch right on the pipe because it puts the torch out.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be too far away because it doesn't get hot enough. So
And you can see the flame will make a teardrop shape coming out of it like this. And you'll learn where to guide it, and you're gonna be just into that point.
That's right. All right, so I'm gonna heat up the fitting first, and you'll see me mainly heating the fitting, and then I come back and just heat a little pipe. And so my movement here is gonna be, I'm heating the fitting, and I'm heating it all the way around, and I'll come over here and I'll heat just a little bit of the pipe, but I'm back to the fitting. So the majority of the time I'm spending heating the fitting, and a lot less time heating the pipe, because as I'm heating the fitting, the pipe is also being heated up. But they need to be heated up to about the same temperature, or the fitting will be ready, but the pipe's still too cold to absorb all that solder. So right here, so this is the same thing as the pipe. So and you use male and female adapters every day, we don't generally call them that. But you just spin it on until it seats all the way, and you'll know when it's seated all the way, it's not going to spin anymore.
Take the cap off, right?
Take the cap.
Inside and out. And on this, I know one brush width and just a hair more than a brush width is enough for this cloth right here. And you want to make sure that you go all the way around that. Now I've got to inside this part too. And Chris will always, if you watch him, he'll take his brush and he'll go, oops, drop it on the floor. He'll take the brush and he'll work it clockwise and counterclockwise, and that ensures that he gets proper coverage. So now we have flux. And we're going to put the joint together. We have it up against the curve because we knew our depth.
I'll be critical. But what we're trying to accomplish this week in particular, and we're going to do this again for those who come Thursday, Friday, we'll do the same thing over again. I want you to get the feel of the saw, not necessarily the precision cut, because they vibrate, they catch, they bend, and it all depends on what kind of material you're cutting, what angles you're cutting, all that stuff. You have to smart the bowl. And you're doing that. So you should feel good whether you do or not. That's your call. But you're doing good. I'm proud. We've mastered that. If you master that, framing becomes a piece of cake. I'll tell you, if I can learn this stuff, anybody can learn it. Because I'm not a brilliant person. I just have, it fits. It's all logical. Nothing is illogical. Anyway, I guess unless you got something else you want to do, we'll call it a day. Instead of 2 inches, make it 3 inches. That would sit down an inch, that would cut this off an inch, and you'd have a better place to attach your fascia. A lot of fascias in Etowah County, they put up 2x4 all the way around the house. Then they attach whatever they want to it. It's called a sub fascia. But it's nothing but a 2x4 nailed on this is all it is. But they put that on, and then they attach something here and something there. I don't want to see this little, because everything you cut past this mark weakens my poor little set of risers. And by the way, this young lady here is socially correct and smart. She's got on an ear protection, and she's got on an eye protection, and she's got on a facial mask. Now she's being smart. I'm dumb. Understand? I wear something on my eyes, but my nasal things in my mouth long since shot.
If you're cutting a bunch of boards, you won't have time to.
No, you don't. And that's one of the things that I can't wear a dust mask cutting a bunch.
Yeah.
Because that guy's going to be yelling. But I wanted y'all to see that's how it would actually fit. When you cut it and you got it on that rafter up there, you got it on that board, you want this to fit this board on the top.
Right.
Just a few videos and pictures. When I tell you, man, the instructors be more excited, or was just as excited as the students are.
Yeah.
And the way they are, because the way they are actually presenting the instructions, someone that hasn't been in school in a while, those adults, having patience with them and just encouraging them by saying, just actually being transparent and saying, I'm not a real smart guy. If I can do it, y'all can do it. That right there, for someone who seeing a saw for the first time, or seeing a torch, or seeing, electricity or electrical work for the first time, it will encourage them. Okay, if I keep going, I don't want, because they probably at the first sight of it, man, I'm not going to be able to do this. My age, I just might well give up. But to have someone saying they tickle to death, to see how, I feel good having y'all doing this thing and don't give up. I think we need more encouragement like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And all three instructors, again, Steve Parrish is the construction, carpentry, Caleb Butler, and Chris Machin, again, all owners of their respective companies, and to have the owners to come out and be the instructors, speaks volumes for them and their commitment to helping us fulfill that need in the workforce in Etowah County. And as we said, in Alabama, for that matter, as we said here, these gentlemen are saying to these participants, "I've got a job waiting for you," and I think that's an extra incentive.
And Mr. Red, let me just, I'm gonna ask you this question, because someone would say, "What made him do this?" Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's in it for you?
Listen, I'm going to be old and retired one day, hopefully for a long time from now. And so the incentive that I have for it is being around these kids to start with. And though I'm not an active participant, I'm an active listener. So I'm learning something as well. But the most important part for me is knowing that I can help to contribute to a deficit we've had in our country for a long time. Since 1990, I've been involved in trying to find a way to fill the workforce. We started out with tech prep curriculum back in early 90s. Then we changed vocational school to career tech, all with an emphasis to attract students to this type of labor. We realize that not every kid is cut out to go to college. Some that don't want to, some who want to and may not have been able to fulfill the requirements for it. But every day we walk into a home that was built by hands, whose electricity was installed by hand, plumbing was installed by hand. And as well as I do nowadays, and I won't tell this whole story here, but I recall spending $1,000 for a $2 repair at my house because I didn't know any better. So now we're giving, students this training. So what's in it for me is the confidence that we're putting students out there and adults out there who are learning the kinds of trades to fulfill the needs that we as all citizens have. Try contacting a plumber right now. Man, the wait time is amazing. Unless you've got some inroads with somebody you know personally. Try contacting an electrician right now. There's a waiting list for that. So if we can fulfill the need for that workforce with, in particular, these companies or others, then that's going to be beneficial to us who live in our homes that are in need of repair.
Right.
So, but
and here's the thing that I look at. This is life changing.
Yeah.
Someone who's probably making $15 or less an hour to a possibility making $44 an hour.
Yeah.
This is life changing, and just to give back in a way to help people help themselves.
Right.
And some student will appreciate seeing them mother and father just go to work, come back smiling, you know what I'm saying? Realize this was a good day. I never would have done this had I not been a part of Grace Academy. I've heard you talk about Grace Academy for probably 4 years.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get it off the ground. You always say that you had something for the old Gaston High School.
Yeah.
And you told us what the name was going to be. As a board, this is something that you had a passion in your heart and something you want to see come to fruition, and it finally have taken off. When does enrollment ends?
Well, these are our cohorts, the 3 cohorts. So this is cohort 1. Enrollment doesn't stop. We just once it's full, it's like our adults, this cohort 1 is full. So we won't enroll any more adults. However, I will tell you, on Monday there was a young man visiting with someone, and he sat and listened. He was fascinated by it, and he said, "Can I get in?" And since he was sitting there, we enrolled him. Okay, because it was a class that was small enough, even though we got like 67 adults enrolled, it was small enough for him to join in that day. He was thrilled about that. So when this cohort is over, the next one will start in May. That'll be cohort 2. We'll take, and now each one, the people who are in electrical right now, they can go to plumbing in cohort 2 or go to construction in cohort 2. Okay. Other people enroll. And what I suspect is going to happen is as this continues to get legs on it, there's going to be a whole lot of other people wanting to enroll. And it may not allow for room for some of them to go through all 3, but we anticipate that anybody, and there are some who would like to, they can get the instruction in all three classes.
Wow.
And then we'll do summer class. Our summer class will start, without the summer class in May, and then the fall class will start again in August. So again, it's 11 to 1:30 for the adults. It's 11 to 1 for the adults, and it's 1:30 to 3:15 for the students. Monday, Tuesday class, or Wednesday, Thursday class, and Friday is the free day for anyone to come in and finish anything that they started working on, get additional instruction or what have you. And as I said, once they get skilled enough, they will have that opportunity to go to work. Now, also for our high school students, we're going to pay for them to get a dual enrollment credit at Gadsden State Community College. We'll be talking about the details of that on next Tuesday with Gadsden State. And it's just an amazing opportunity for anybody to take advantage of. As indicated, we got an 88-year-old man there. Now, when he first came to orientation, he said, "Well, I'm just sitting in for my son. He couldn't be here. I'm just going to get the information." That man's been coming every day, So, yeah, he's been coming every day. He's just been really fascinated about it. And by the way, it's the Denny family, I believe, in his own trading post boots, who are donating boots to each of these participants. And the tools that you see them with, when they're done with the program, they're going to keep those tools to take to work with them.
Wow.
So this is kind of a no-brainer. It doesn't cost them anything but time. I said to my principals on Tuesday, time is probably the most valuable yet most vulnerable asset that we have. And so we appreciate not just the owners of these companies, but these people investing their time into this, because they hardly ever meet. I mean, we're running at about a 90% in attendance rate, which is good, because some people may call and say, hey, I got called into work, or, you know, I'm not feeling well. But 90% running so far, participation rate in terms of attendance. Once they've signed up, they come. And
Wow.
it's just, wow. We have two former Gadsden High School students, Gadsden High School students, who work in mechanical, and so they had to leave at 1 o'clock today, which was time to go. But they were excited about being there today. But here they're learning another trade. And these guys are going to become entrepreneurs. And that's the great thing about this. You take any 3 people in this group who learn these skills, and we're going to be talking to them about how you turn that into, you know, entrepreneurial endeavor, but you start your own company and business and provide them with the training for that as well. So it's just an amazing opportunity.
Awesome. Bishop T have something for you.
And I hope I don't duplicate, since I'm not late. But there are some things that I do want to ask. And this is your baby, right? This is your baby. Okay. I was thinking, do you see Grace Academy? I guess this is twofold. Maybe at some point going beyond construction. I think that's welding and electricity. And do you see it going beyond Gadsden City and Gadsden State? When I say that, I mean going to other areas, even other country, I guess you could say, or other states.
Well, it's a local brand, okay. You know, as I said, we created this Grace Academy, the whole acronym. But as our hope that, and what I said when I became superintendent is, I want everything that we do to be award winning. Now, whether we get the award or not, we want to be considered for it. And I'm not talking about bringing home a bunch of trophies, but I'm talking about school systems around the state, school systems from everywhere saying, show us how to do that. And that will be our contribution to them, is showing them how to do it. To your other part of your question, yes, we're anticipating small engine repair, welding, small engine and small appliance repair. Nowadays, when your refrigerator stops running, you have to go buy another one. You know. Now we know there's somebody local here. I don't know if I ought to shout out his name right here or not, but who repairs refrigerators and freezers and so on right there on Broad Street. But I don't know how many other people do, other than maybe the folks in Atala. We're going to do that as well. But watch this. We are also going to add to Grace Academy, Drive Academy. Drive Academy is driving through virtual education. In some of those shops that you see there, we're going to put 5 simulators for CDL licensing and 5 simulators for forklift driving. Forklift jobs are, you know how that is such a good job, but such a shortage. So our kids are going to be able to participate in that as well. That entire facility has the potential to produce employees in so far 8 different areas. And each person will have the option to be able to participate in all of them. Someone's asked about certification, for example. So as I mentioned, the students will have an opportunity to earn a dual enrollment credit with Gadsden State. We're working those out now. We got to get all GPAs and those kinds of things to enroll them. But they're going to get OSHA certification. There's a State Department curriculum that has been written by Mr. Smith at Gadsden State that they'll have to complete online to get certification as well. So that was kind of the concern some people have. Well, now, when all is said and done, am I going to be able to get something to take to a potential employee to get a job? And the answer to that is yes. But yeah, we intend to branch out. Now, I want to say this too, because there was some concern expressed. does this interfere with our high school career tech program? The answer to that really is no. Okay. I mean, one might think, well, why would a kid want to take electrical at Gadsden City High School when they can come to Grace Academy and take it? Well, at high school, they're going to learn a whole lot more of the technical terms with a textbook and those types of things, which a lot of kids will shy away from. And so I remember writing a program called Career Tech 2010. I wrote it in 2005, where I addressed at our 3 high schools at the time, of course, students being enrolled in career tech classes, sometimes out of sequence, sometimes in there because they had nowhere else to go. We were concerned about interest and aptitude. So you might have students who have an aptitude for something but no interest. You may have students who have interest in something but no aptitude. But when they come to Grace Academy, they're actually touching, live work and creating, things. And it's you can see those professors, I mean, those instructors talking to them, like you said, they're making them feel good about being there. Now, that's not to suggest that our high school teachers don't do that, but it's a lot more regimental there. They're concerned about attendance. They're concerned about getting a certain score on a test and those kinds of things. Well, they're relieved from that here at Grace Academy. So there's no conflict there, really. First of all, we don't offer the carpentry or the plumbing at the high school. So that's why I just mentioned electrical. But we hope to incorporate the others, like I said, small engine repair or small appliance repair. And then, of course, the Drive Academy is upcoming.
Awesome.
That
Natasha Lewis says Grace Academy already fully staffed.
Let's make sure she means whether or not it's full of students or full of instructors. And it's fully staffed for instructors because although you saw 3, those instructors alternate, and sometimes like in plumbing, you saw 2 instructors. Okay, in electrical, we've had 2 instructors there so far. In carpentry, Mr. Steve, he just loves it. And he comes in from Chelsea, Alabama every morning, usually the first one there. And he'll stay late, and he comes 5 days a week. And so from a staff standpoint, yes, for now. When we start doing Drive Academy, for example, we probably have to hire somebody in for that, okay? Or any of the others, we'll hire somebody in for that. But for what we got going on right now, the instructional staff, we're good there. If she means, is it full of students? Not high school age students yet. There's plenty of room. So I'm appealing to anybody who's online right now who wants to send their high school, who wants to encourage their high school age student, girl or boy, to come to Grace Academy, please do so. But as far as the adults are concerned, we're full of adults for this particular cohort. But they get to start up again in May.
Okay. Bishop.
I was gonna ask a question, but I think he answered it. And you make a very valid point when you say that not every child is going to go to college. And I think it's a good thing. And I oftentimes, even when I was teaching, wondered why that tracking couldn't start earlier than high school, in some instances. I'd say this, I don't know if you remember him, Jamar Knight.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He was a student
on Broad Street now.
Right. He was a student at Litchfield, and I've seen him a couple of times, and I'm just like, man, I'm so proud of you. And he has employed, I think he has a couple of other students that are employees of his. Yeah. So, and it's just a good thing because a lot of times it's definite that not everybody's going to go to college, but getting that trade and becoming an entrepreneur is just it's
Sean Carter, same thing. We had Sean Carter. And we hope to contact those guys, have them come in for a walkthrough one day, and even if they want to, if do HVAC, maybe get them to be instructors there as well.
Well, Charlie Lapsley does air conditioning.
Absolutely.
We have Ivan Pierce does plumbing.
That's right. That's
I think Brian Calhoun does plumbing as well.
yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Bruce Ragland, and he repair appliances.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So there's quite a few people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't hear this, so let me ask one last question.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no you don't there's no financial status. You don't have to be just anybody
Yeah.
as far as adults.
Yeah. You get, we take them any age adult. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's no
No
cost.
no cost or anything.
Okay. So, but you don't have to be in a certain financial category to take part. Okay.
Yeah. You could be Richie Rich. You don't know how to string light bulb. Come on in there.
Mhm.
You could
Bishop
be,
T. Read
you
that
know.
for Mr. Reddick.
Mm-hmm.
Certification recognized by State Board of Ed or the Apprentice Program Board.
We will be utilizing a state approved curriculum that they would have to. We will incorporate that as an online assignment test. What do you want to call it? And they would get to complete that for that certification. So it is a state curriculum. Now, if you're in, I don't know a whole lot about all of the types of certifications from the board. I know, for example, even our career tech program, our students are able to get, articulated credits for college, and they get certified in CCR, for example. So yeah, there are some state certifications that are available for our students here. We're still getting all that stuff together. Now, those they'll get some certifications, as I said, through the dual enrollment. They'll get some certifications because they've completed that online after they've done all this, because the instructors are teaching this, hands-on. But to get certification, they've got to, fulfill that electronic requirement.
Okay. There's another question that's asked: is there a liaison on staff that will connect students with jobs in the area upon graduation?
Yeah, all the instructors are owners of the companies who are trying to hire these students. And then I said Kiewit, I hope I said the right word. Company's called Kiewit. He was our orientation speaker. He calls himself a construction evangelist. Travels around the country, local guy, did well for himself. That's why he's back. And that's the company where he's offering $44 an hour, $125 per diem, insurance. But he said you may have to move out of Alabama. And there are some young guys right now who welcome that once we're trained for it. And he'll be coming back. So we've developed, in terms of liaisons, a cohort of men, and we haven't got any women on the ownership side yet, but when you consider Mrs. Denny, who donated the boots, we're going to add her into that category. Now, they're also the owners of, I think, Nissan and of Gadsden and something like that, but they own a car dealership and Trading Post Boots. So they partnered with us. That's the thing we're most proud of, is that when and again, I give all of the credit to on this part to Dr. Ballou, who went out and sought these people to partner with us as they were writing the grant. We had to do a presentation for anybody who's interested in how the whole Gadsden High School part old Gadsden High School came in. They wanted to offer this grant to someone who had an available building, a vacant building. Now, there's more to it than that, but the final commitment from us was that we had a substantial enough facility to house this program. We offered Old Gadsden High. They came in. They were quite impressed with the space. When we discovered that Gadsden High was in such disrepair, we got a little nervous about it. So we had to do some writing and some requesting of them. We talked to them about the relationship at Gadsden State. They approved the transfer of the program from Old Gadsden High to Gadsden State. Gadsden State steps in and they offer the facility, the cleanup, opportunities for kids to get scholarships. These kids will get scholarships to Gadsden State when they're done. High school kids, they'll get scholarships to Gadsden State, so they get part of their education paid for. So it's win-win all the way around. And
Yes, it is.
mind y'all now, we're just in the infancy of this.
That's right. This could, Mr. Reddick.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here. This is big.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
This is big.
Yeah.
This is big.
We had a visit today from a gentleman who just retired in December as his position as the deputy superintendent, state superintendent under Dr. Eric Mackey. He retired to go work for a different company, and he was just blown away by this. So when you ask that question about does it have a chance to expand, people are already talking about it. I go every day, that's why I take those pictures and send to you. And it seems just about every day somebody new is looking at it and saying, whoa, how did y'all do this? How can we do something like this? And again, I attribute it to an amazing grant writer that we have. Sometimes I feel like I got to get that hook, like on the Gong Show, not like the Apollo, and snatch her off the stage. She does so much stuff. But this was, we sit and talk about things like that. And Pastor Z, you know how, when we're at board meeting and I talk about, vision, this is one of them that we had some time ago, primarily to address the needs of our students. That's what it is. I don't seek any credit for this. I just don't mind if someone says, hey man, you really did something and your group really did something to help our community out, our kids out. I'll say, well, okay, well, thank you. That's we all are obligated to make some kind of contribution, And so that's what I'm thrilled about. But it's big. This is just week 2, as I said, and you can see around that room some of the stuff that students have already done in terms of building from scratch. The rail for the and they did that like in a couple of hours, on a Friday when it came in for extra work. They learned how to cut beveled edges and how to cut straight, and that instructor is amazing, Mr. Steve Parrish. That Friday they came and they built that ramp, for the bathroom. And that's what Gadsden State did. It came in and repurposed that building. We're going to get to do some painting in there. As I said, it's in its infancy. So we've got signage. All our outdoor signs have to, conform to what Gadsden State allows on their campus. But inside, it's going to be a lot prettier, than it currently is. And so there's classroom and there's lab. Most of the instructors, stay out in the lab. The electrical and Bishop T, you'll appreciate this as a former math teacher. Well, you're always a math teacher. I took a picture that I think you showed a little while ago of some diagrams and whatnot on the whiteboard. Yeah. These kids are learning math and may not even know it. I mean, we kind of I teased them the other day. I said, we're tricking y'all into learning and tricking out here, but they don't think twice about it. You're in a classroom with a textbook and giving these math problems, and I don't know how to do that. But when you give it to them hands-on and explain to them, what OG is, or explain to them how to measure an angle and how to figure out the length of a third side, you don't have to tell them it's Pythagorean theorem. You just simply tell them how to do it. Next thing you know, they're doing it.
Doing it.
Yeah.
Let me ask the question. Do you have brochures or pamphlets out about Grace Academy where people can get more information?
We have flyers out. We have some flyers. We these pictures that we keep taking, those are going to result in a brochure.
Okay. Where can they get those flyers?
We got them out distributed some with various places. I'll get some out. Give me 1 second. Babe, would you mind going to my car and getting that black folder out of my seat? I'm gonna have Miss Reddick to run out to my car and grab. I'll show you what that flyer looks like. We sent some to some. I mean, 1 or 2 churches to start with, weeks ago. I know John Reed distributed some, and Dr. Blue had some out. But I'll show you what that flyer looks like.
I definitely need one so I can, we can get them out in District 3, District 1, over here where I pastor, and just all over, man. We just want to make Gadsden great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Citizens,
And we're super thrilled about, Bishop T, the new council, and the vision that you all have about growing Gadsden. And it's going to be important that we have people available for those jobs where we're trying to attract these industries to come in and you know, and put in their resources and time for building. And, you know, obviously, you know, any industry come in and somebody's the owner. You know, could be a family ownership, just could be a individual who owns it. But we've, like I said, been talking since at least 1990 about increasing the workforce in Gadsden and why certain companies don't come. But more important than that, and we, in Pastor Z, you know, we talk about this, is our school system as well. And so we're working towards that. You know, we want companies to be attracted to our city. The gentleman who I was with today said this is the first time he actually spent any time in Gadsden, and just marveled at the potential. You know, obviously this guy who lives in the Vestavia Hills area, former superintendent and deputy school superintendent as well as deputy superintendent, just marveled at our town. You know, so we want that.
Ms. Latham want to know, is there a desired age category?
Is there a desired age category? I really want to say something about that, but I just don't think it's appropriate. But it was something we used to say some years ago, but it speaks to no age limit. You know, if it's about capability. You know, I mean,
because you mentioned there's like an 88-year-old.
Yeah, exactly.
That's taking part.
Political correctness. There's at least one word I can't use, but I was gonna say, you know, bald-headed. I said bald-headed, crippled, or crazy. That's what you know. You know, we say that growing up, you know, about certain things, but yeah, we're non-discriminatory. You know, if the gentleman who's 88 years old, I don't know exactly what all he's going to get out of it, but we'll know soon because we've scheduled for him to be interviewed, I think, here coming up pretty soon. You can check the back seat, maybe on the floor if you didn't see it. Yeah. But we should, and we have, now on the low end, we want the kids to be at least 17 years old. You know, we want them to be 17, 18, or let's say we want them to be juniors or seniors. I mean, who knows? It might be a 16-year-old junior or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. But she couldn't find my folder.
That's fine. We'll get that information and get it out, start getting it out, put it on our page, and and then you can give us the dates when it's time to enroll again.
Right. And there'll be a number to contact Dr. Blue for enrollment. She and her staff handles all the enrollment. So I'll be giving her a handful of the applications from the students on tomorrow. Now, again, we had hoped that a lot of students from the high school so they could have started on the 17th like the adults. And I won't go into a whole lot about that. So I found myself on yesterday in an auditorium with 100 students, you know, getting them enrolled. We did have some help, some small help prior to, but then, you know, those kids haven't shown up yet. And that's why I'm glad to be on the show here for anybody who's listening and you know what we're offering. If you've got a high school age kid, junior or senior, and you think that your kid can benefit from it, when we get this information out, let's go ahead and get them enrolled. Pastor Z, as I indicated to you, I'm particularly interested in those fall athletes who go home at 1:30. You know, and what we discovered yesterday with our co-op students, there are some who get out. One young lady gets out of school at 11:30. And she said, can I come to Grace? We told her, absolutely, young lady. Yeah, yes, you can. So we expect to have her there on Monday and several others on Monday. So to that individual's question, Ms. Latham's question, no, there's an age limit on the low end, but not on the high end.
Awesome. Bishop, you have anything?
No, I'm glad I got a chance to hear the details of it. It's awesome. And I think it's just exciting with everything else that's going on in the city. It's like there's a common goal. There's a what can I say? I don't want to say a plot, but it's like there's a common goal.
Mission.
You know, it's like we're working toward something. You know, we're working toward something. And you said it, as those industries come in here, you know, there'll be people who'll come, Patrice, good word, cousin, unity. We're working toward something. And so to God be the glory for giving you that vision and to just to act on it and really see it. The awesome thing is to see it manifesting itself and making such strides in such a short period of time. So kudos to you, and we know that, just wish you the best as it continues and as it expands.
Yeah. Well, I hate to sound cliche, but every talent show, somebody gonna sing Whitney Houston's "The Greatest Love of All." They're gonna say that I believe the children are our future. We're gonna get that, and we love it too, because that's true. And as you've indicated already, everybody's not cut out for college for what various reasons. Can't afford it. Okay. But for God, I might not have gone to college. I certainly didn't have the means other than the athletic ability, and so I'm thankful for that. So we're trying to capture the interest of some kids who previously didn't think much about these particular trades. Everybody who lives in a home has had to call that plumber or that electrician for something, or had to have some kind of a deck built or some stairs built or a wheelchair ramp built or something like that. These students, adults and children alike, they're going to be able to do all of that stuff in 16 weeks, learn to do that in 16 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you something. I'm thinking about it. Carpentry. I mean, what you laughing
at? Yeah. That's what this is, carpentry.
You need to thank God that the superintendent is on with us tonight while you sitting over there laughing.
You don't know why I'm laughing.
Okay. I know you laughing because I said I'm thinking about it. I might enroll.
Yeah. I was going to say, now, if you think about enrolling, get on over here now.
The adult class is filled right now, right?
I'll make an exception for a city councilwoman.
Well, I might need to enroll too. I might.
Well, we'll make an exception for.
We might open up our own business. PNC.
Yeah. That's right. Hey, y'all go from talk show giants to construction giants, right?
Mess around with us, we'll be building up some stuff around here.
Look at Tom said, me too.
Tom, come on, Tom.
Yeah.
That's right.
But we appreciate you coming on and sharing with us about Grace Academy. Off to a great start. We'll be bringing you back in the near future. Probably and hopefully to share more great news about this great program that was invented by you and partnered with Gaston State. Thank you, Gaston State, for all that you've done to help this dream come true as well.
Well, let me say that I will still say most of the credit goes to Big Coming to Fruition, goes to Dr. Atlanta Ballou and the operational part, her and her staff, and you are our board for hearing it. And I hate to use this word, but certainly not discouraging it, because again, this is one of those things that's a product of the Gadsden City school system. I hope that, and obviously I have, been able to convey to our school board what its significance is, what its importance is, and certainly what the plan looks like. And you're open to listening to it, and we're up for some more innovative stuff. You remember 5 years ago, innovating, leading, succeeding. That was our theme. And so this is an innovative idea. It's unlike any other in the state of Alabama that we know anything about. We expect before long for others to want to duplicate this, and we'll show them the way, because it's not just about it. For us, it's about Gadsden, but we want all of our state, all of Alabama, to prosper from these types of programs.
Awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again, Superintendent. We appreciate all that you do.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming on Real Talk again.
Yeah,
we will have
Well, you know what James Brown says, spell my name right now, I'll be there. You know? Hey, but when you get on the show, you get to put your own name in, so it's gonna be spelled right? Yeah. Let me see this. Denise Sims said something about what was her question? If it need a ramp built?
If a home need a ramp built, how do we seek information to have it done by Grace Academy?
All right. So we're not. There may be some, but we're not ready to send them out to build a ramp from a Grace Academy standpoint. But any one of those individuals who are working in this, who are learning to do that, we can certainly get you in touch with them. But now, as far as the Grace Academy side of it is, we don't want to put them out for OJT yet. But once we're ready to do OJT, then I suggest that person stick your name in there somewhere, so we'll know that the first ramp that we build, your petition will go to that individual. But we want to be careful of that, because that's one thing I said that we discussed the other day. These are, especially the adults, now they're seeking employment. So now some of the OJT will be done at various places and probably at no cost. But I can't tell these grown men not to go out there and charge somebody for building a ramp. We're just teaching them the skill, because it could very well be that once they learn the skill, they may decide, well, I don't want to work for a company and get paid. You know, now the key with is the $44 an hour. These other companies, it may be $14 to $20 an hour. But somebody might say, I'm ready to go do my own thing. And matter of fact, I want to be a wheelchair ramp builder. That may be all they do from what they've learned from this program. So just tell them to stay in touch with us, and we'll see what happens.
And then if me and Pastor Z go, Miss Sims, you might can touch base with us. And
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Let me ask you this. Natasha Lewis asked, will ELL students be eligible? Listen, absolutely. You'll see several EL students in this in the videos. I don't know if you recognize Tomas is in there. I think there's about 3 who are adults. They're actually just post high school. So when I say adult, they may be 19 or 20 years old. And EL population is one of our target areas. We have to be very careful and be politically correct sometimes when we say certain things, not what Ms. Lewis said, but in my response, because y'all know full well that when you're looking for some work to be done at your house, how often people will say, hey, you know, and I'm not even going to use the term that they use, but there's certain groups, they say they're efficient, they're on time, they're all those stuff. You know that. But yes, I should have just left it at yes. EL students are eligible. All students are eligible.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody,
right? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all right, Mr. Reddick. Again, we appreciate you, and we'll be talking to you real soon.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Okay,
thank you.
Great. All right.
Bishop, did you did your meeting go well?
Yeah, we went to the if you hadn't said it, we were at the Culture Arts tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, so it went well. Actually, we were there. That's where Mr. Reddick was. We were all there, city officials.
He was there. Well,
did I miss the tea tonight?
You missed the tea, and we kind of touched a little bit on the Memphis, the incident that happened in Memphis with those police officers. But
I probably can ask you that one-on-one.
What's that?
I was just concerned with the Memphis thing and how fast they're moving and how determined they are to get to the bottom and move things and get it where it needs to be and all of that. I was just concerned if that came up tonight and maybe what our viewers thought about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you because
normally you take her to most of your meetings because you want to have a table. She want to know if you done left her out. But anyway, It did. Some of the people was kind of saying that it need to be straight across the board.
Yeah. You
Pretty
know,
much.
if you're gonna move fast, move fast.
On all
Don't,
cases.
yeah, don't sit up and hold it till you get all the details.
Yeah.
You know, we still we have so much. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say.
By
That's
next Thursday, we should have more information. We'll definitely be able to dive into
But
it.
I tell you what, this is what I was gonna say, and I know you all probably covered it. Get my cousin. Well, you all probably covered it, but we do need to be praying as that video is released. And I think it's gonna be released what?
I
Is it
seen the
tomorrow?
video.
Oh, you've already seen it?
Yeah, I seen it.
Oh, I didn't know it was out already.
But it's on. You go on Twitter and pull it up. They show what's going on.
Okay.
I saw it earlier today. Now the body cam may show a closer view.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what they were waiting on, the body cam. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll go look for it on Twitter. I didn't know it was already out.
I'll send it to you. Yeah. Well, darling, it's been a long night. We on a little bit longer. Almost
yeah. All right. Enjoy what I could enjoy.
Yeah. Until next Thursday, everyone have a great night.
All right.